Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome to Connect 5. I know. We're definitely on here later than usual. Usually we're on around 8 a.m. But some things kind of went differently today. A moment. Okay. And so this is going to be a really informational, valuable live. If you're just now joining me, thank you so much for joining. And be sure to share this with someone. This is Connect 5, where we provide social media marketing, communications, and branding tips for small businesses and entrepreneurs. But some of these things you can use even if you are not an entrepreneur or a small business owner. So if you're watching this, go ahead and share this again. Welcome, 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 and thank you so much for tuning in to Connect 5. I'm Shekinah Walton, the founder of Shekinah Victoria Enterprises, a certified social media strategist where we provide social media marketing, branding, and communications tips, of course, not tips, services. I'm thinking about Connect 5 services to entrepreneurs and small businesses to be able to help them to build their brand, grow their social media presence, and optimize their social media page for maximum impact. And today we're talking about data privacy and what you can do, right, to protect that. Measures you can take, all of that good stuff. So, how to protect your data privacy and not get hacked. Okay, so of course, everybody's familiar with, getting hacked and all of that. So, we're going to be diving deep into that. But first, if you have not subscribed to our email list, go ahead and subscribe at ShekinahVictoriaEnterprises.com, where you can receive your free social media guide called How to Harness the Power of Social Media. It's a free, valuable guide, has various slides in it that you can use to be able to take advantage of every feature of social media. And so you can get that social media guide by simply clicking the link in the video, and it'll take you right to our website where then a pop up will come up. All you do is put in your email, and then that guide will be delivered right to your email. Okay, so now let's get into today's topic. So, how to protect your data privacy and not get hacked. As I mentioned, we live in a time now where people are getting hacked left and right, right? It doesn't matter, what size your business is. It doesn't matter if you have a big following. It does not matter, if you've been on social media forever. It doesn't matter. People, entrepreneurs, small businesses, people in different ranges of influence are getting hacked. And it's all because um, they did not protect their privacy data and their information as they should, or their account as they should. And so, really quick, and I'm going to try to make sure that this is less than 15 minutes. If you're watching me again, go ahead and share this. If you're watching the replay, thank you for watching the replay, and send this to somebody. So, being on social media automatically means that the platform that you are on collects things such as your name, your email address, your home address, your phone number, location data. So that's personal information that it collects. But then also, it also collects behavioral data. So that's posts, likes, shares, and interactions, and then metadata. So that's the time and device information related to interactions. So a lot of this data is used for advertising purposes, for content recommendations, user analytics. However, it can be definitely concerning. It can be concerning to users regarding how their data is protected and how it's shared and all of these various things. And so I just wanted to do this live so that I could share some practical ways on how you can protect your data, right? and make sure also that you don't get hacked. Okay, and it's so simple. All right. Now of course, like automatically, like you have to kind of accept those terms, those agreements if you're going to be on social media. Many people don't really realize that. But social media platforms, they share data, they share user data with third parties. So we have what we call third party cookies. But actually, society is trying to transition to like a cookieless society, which will definitely change the game in so many shapes, ways, and forms. However, right now, a lot of the platforms use third party cookies. And so these third parties are advertisers and firms and partners that are receiving this data automatically just from you being on social media. Okay. Now, how can you protect your data so that you don't get hacked, or even so that there's no data breach and all of that other stuff? Let's get into it. So there are some steps that you can implement to be able to protect your data and your privacy. So a few things are, privacy settings. So you can control, of course, who you allow to see your posts, your information, all of that good stuff. Even on Facebook, you can have, okay, whether you want your settings to be, or you want people who are your friends to see your posts, or the public, or if it's open to all, so you are in charge of really your privacy settings. Now, of course, if your business, is probably best that it is open to the public so that more people can see your things. However, like if you are, okay, like you want to make sure that you're really safeguarding your data and just who sees your posts, your information, yada yada yada, then that's something that you can look into. um, Also, some other things are data management. So you can delete old posts or accounts that you no longer use. So do an audit. If there's posts that you're like, okay, that wasn't really necessary, you can delete that. Or if you have a whole bunch of accounts, okay, delete those accounts because they're not serving you any use. So why not delete it so that, there's no possibility of, someone accidentally hacking this old account and people thinking it's you and people having access to your information and all of that. But then also, it's important that you're informed concerning what data is collected as well. And I think it will help you to be more conscious of what you share online. So, of course, entrepreneurs, small businesses, we already know like you shouldn't be sharing your personal address, online. There's certain personal information that you definitely should not be sharing. It's very important to make sure that even when you are, let's say, posting a picture, like let's say if you sell a product or a service or whatever, that you're not showing your address, that if you do post like maybe packages that you're getting ready to send out, that you kind of have all of that um, kind of blacked out, or things of that sort. So you have to be very mindful because social media it's a public platform, and so if your privacy settings are where it's open, then there's going to be random people that are going to see that. And so you want to make sure that you're taking the proper precautions so that you are safe, so that your information is safe, and all of that good stuff. And now I want to also talk about encrypting your information, encrypting your passwords. So the main reason why people get hacked is because their passwords were super easy, or like let's say they had the same password for multiple accounts, which is a big no-no. And so you want to make sure that you encrypt your password. And I'm going to go into that very soon. But encrypting your password is so important because it makes it where it's very difficult for anybody to be able to guess what your password is. And now even social media apps, they a lot of times they do like a two-factor authentication thing, where to ensure that it's you, they have a code sent to your email or to your phone, or like kind of like verification just to make sure that this is in fact you, which is, I think, great. And it's important to set that up. Sometimes it can be like, oh my goodness, this is time consuming. I'm tired of always having to put in the code or to verify it's me. But really, it's for your protection, your data protection, your data privacy, so that you can make sure that so that they can make sure, and you can make sure that your things are really being safe and that the wrong person is not getting into your account. Okay. If the wrong person gets into your account, now this could be a smearing campaign. Now this can affect your brand perception. Now this can just really cause for people to be confused, especially if they're seeing all these random posts from somebody that's not you. And so it's all for really your protection and your benefit. And so if you don't have like a two-factor authentication set up on whatever platforms you are on, set that up. It won't hurt you, it'll only help you. Okay, now let's get into encrypting. So encrypting is basically where you can use different letters or symbols to represent something. So I love encrypted passwords because it makes it where your passwords are hard to guess, for someone that is a hacker or someone that's trying to kind of get into your account for whatever reason. And so I'll give you an example. Okay. So let's say, this is just an example. Let's say your favorite color is, or let's say you have two favorite colors. Let's say your two favorite colors, or your brand colors, maybe, are pink, purple, and yellow. Okay. So, but you want to be able to make sure that you remember your password. So you could do something like, for a password, this is just an example, do not use this, okay, because this is being shared with the public. For a password, you could do something like, you could basically encrypt the sentence, I love pink, purple, and yellow, and those are my brand colors. Okay, so how would you encrypt that? So you would use the first letter of each word of that sentence. So you could do capital I for I, then do lowercase l for love, then do P for purple, A for and, Y for yellow. I said purple, pink, and yellow, right? So you could do purple. So P, then A for and then Y for yellow. Then because those are my brand colors, you could do B, T, A, M, B, C. And then you can add just like a random number with that, like 52, exclamation point. Okay, so hopefully that made sense. So you see how I was able to take that whole sentence and really encrypt it by taking the first letter of each word. This is super simple. You can do that, and now you have an encrypted password that no one would ever be able to guess. Now, make sure, of course, you put that password down in a safeguarded, I would say, platform. Even if you have an iPhone, they have a special passwords kind of feature in your settings where you can put all your passwords there. You can put what exact social media platform it is, put your username, and then you can put that password, that encrypted password there, so that you can be able to save it so you won't forget it. Because of course, sometimes when you're making a lot of encrypted passwords, it can be easy to forget. But you also want to put, if it helps, like what that encrypted password actually means, or what it's defined as. That way you can kind of begin to remember it. So that is one super simple way to make sure that your password is something that's never guessed, so that your data is something that is never taken advantage of or seen by the wrong person, or so that your page is not hacked. Okay, I'm tired of seeing people getting hacked. I am. And so that's one simple way that you can do that. So that you can make sure that you protect your data. Okay, now I see that we are getting close to the 15-minute mark. So I hope that this was very helpful. I don't want to see churches hacked. I don't want to see businesses and entrepreneurs hacked. So make sure that you implement this. If your password is something simple, like your church, your church name or your business name. Change that immediately and put an encrypted password instead. And Yeah, implement that ASAP, because now we're in a time where there's different data breaches happening and all types of crazy stuff. And so these are measures that you can put into place so that you can make sure your data privacy is intact, and that you're not having someone take advantage of your account and all of that. So I hope that you enjoyed this, that this was helpful. Let us know if you have any questions, comment them on the live, and I'll be happy to answer them. And I'll see you tomorrow for our next Connect 5. We should be on at 8 a.m., around 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. Again, if you have not subscribed to our email list, subscribe so that you can receive that free social media guide entitled How to Harness the Power of Social Media. And I will see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon and your evening.